What is happening, Jeets? John B here with yet another banger. Today's video is going to be kind of cool. I've never done anything like this. It's going to be a different layout, a different topic, but I hope you guys stick with it and enjoy. Essentially, what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is how I managed to catch fish out of a Dallas-Fort Worth storm drain using just a liter of Sprite. Okay, in order for all of this to make sense, we have to go back in time. I was out walking my dog, Lucky. This right here is Lucky. To set the scene, it's a beautiful day. We're just having fun, strolling around the park. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this storm drain. Didn't think anything of it. It was full of a little bit of water. Took a second glance at it and realized something down there was moving. I was thinking, that's kind of weird. I walked past this storm drain 1,000 times and I've never seen anything in it. Upon further investigation, I went down and realized that there were minnows and crayfish, just plethora of them, swimming around in a tiny little puddle below the storm drain. Really shocked, to be quite honest. I had no idea what was going on. How the hell did they get there? There's no lakes around. I've never seen anything in here in the first place. So that kind of piqued my curiosity. Scoot and I finished up our beautiful walk. We went back to the crib, and then I started to brainstorm. How the hell am I going to catch these minnows? I'm a very curious person. I want to see what lives in here, but I can't really catch them with the traditional setup. They're tiny minnows and the water's about that deep, so I had to get a little crafty. I was pacing around the house trying to find things that I could use to catch these fish, open up the fridge, and then it dawned on me. A liter of Sprite was sitting right in front of my face. I've seen this done before, but I've never actually done it myself. I took the liter of Sprite, drank the whole thing in one sitting, sat it down, looked at it, and thought, how can I turn this thing into a grade A minnow trap? So here's where things get kind of interesting. So right now I'm going to show you guys how I turn this little thing right here into a grade A minnow catching machine. So to begin with, we had to create our opening. The first thing I did is took the shears and cut around the top portion of the label. I then took that second piece and reversed it and put it back into the bottle. This right here is going to make for our entrance point in which the bluegill are going to get trapped in. I lined the two pieces up so they're both congruent and flush with each other. In this next step, I cut 4 holes through each part of the plastic, starting right at the rim. By cutting the holes, I'm allowing myself to then attach the two pieces together so they don't come loose during the trapping process. After the two parts were punctured, I then proceeded to take some rope and tie the two pieces tight together. Zip ties are ideal for this step, but all I had was rope. Again, I was doing this on a complete whim. Now that the trap was complete, I had to bait it. Again, I had to get a little swifty here. I didn't have traditional minnow bait, so I took some wiener dog food, jammed it into the trap, and called it a day. And just like that, within a matter of minutes, and just a few bucks, I created quite possibly one of the most versatile and cheapest minnow traps there is in the entire universe. So at this point in the day, it's dusk. Perfect feeding time for these little minnows to get a bit rowdy. I took my trap, went back to the scene of the crime, and set it in place.
Lucky, stay. Lucky, stay, stay. Stay.
Along with setting the trap, I also put a GoPro in place so I could give you guys an idea as to how these minnows actually get trapped within the Sprite bottle. To learn the whole technical process is also to kind of understand how these traps work, and it also will help you guys to hopefully replicate this as well. Just sprinkling a bit of knowledge for you folks. I set my timer for a measly hour and a half. I was so confident in the fact that there would be some hungry fish trapped in there by the time I returned that I didn't even give myself 2 hours, not even a whole day, to accumulate some fish within the Sprite bottle. watched some Netflix, chill with the pup, just kind of hung loose. The timer went up. It was time to head back to the hole.
Hey, stay. I'll be right back.
At this point, it was completely pitch black, a little spooky, not gonna lie. Within just a few hours, the whole ecosystem of that storm drain completely changed. There were like cockroaches around, there were way more minnows, there was frogs. It was almost like life just took a hold of what should be an urban nasty drainage ditch and is now thriving in this little hole. It's kind of crazy to think. Anyway, I wasn't quite sure how many fish I had caught at the moment because it was a little dark. I picked up the trap, I picked up my GoPro, and headed back to the crib.
What's in there?
Okay, it is now feeding time. We are going to feed some of the fish and some of the new additions to this tank. The 5 new fish that have been added to the Guggen tank are the 2 silver arowanas, which you see up top, and then we've got 2 peacock bass. Along with that, we've got a clown knifefish, which is just about this big. He has a lot of growing to do. But for the most part, the tank is looking much more fulfilled. This is the first time that we've ever fed the fish like really small bluegill. We've done like cut up chunks, but never live tiny ones. So how I'm gonna feed these guys is kind of finessey. Our tank is huge, it's a 500-gallon tank. Most of the time when we're feeding, we'll just kind of slide back all these glass portions and then just drop bait in all over the place. But because these little stinkers like to jump, it's probably smart just to slide back one of these and do the feeding that way. We got our first bluegill in hand, very lively. Probably just, I mean, these fish were caught about an hour ago, so they're very fresh. Okay, let's see if we can get the... There we go, first bluegill in. Oh, the bigger bluegill flocked towards the little one. This should be interesting. Oh, Gary the Bass though is looking interested. Let's see if we have a taker. Ooh, we might have a taker here. The cool thing is we usually feed Gary goldfish, which you guys see in this corner over here, but it's neat to see him hunt down something he's used to eating in the wild, which is just a little tiny gill. This is what bass eat. This is literally their forage. There's the shovel-nosed tiger right under there. He's kind of inspecting the bluegill. Can you imagine if he slapped that? That'd be crazy. Oh, Gary's getting a little active. Here we go. He's coming around the corner. Oh, Gary really is not too keen on this gill. Oh, the chasing's begun. Oh, he's chasing him. He's chasing him. Look at that. Oh, this bluegill is cunning. Oh! And just like that, the first ditch bluegill bites the dust. That was really quick. I think Gary's the one that's the most hungry right now, but we're gonna throw the other bluegill in here. Even if we don't get any more eats like that one, it's good to stock up all these bluegill in the tank so these fish have resources to feed. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna litter some more bluegill in here, and that way these fish have feeder fish to feed on throughout the rest of the week. So even if we don't get to see like something crazy like that again, at the very least, we'll have some food. And that, my friends, is how you create, catch, and feed with just a bottle of Sprite. Be sure to leave some feedback via the comment section below. I love hearing all of your input. It really does help me create better videos and content for you all out there. Thank you guys so much for the view. I appreciate it. Much love. And as always, folks, keep trapping. Never stop. I took my scissors, cut right up. I took my scissors and cut right. I took my scissors and cut right around the. I took the scissors, cut right. I took the scissors and cut right around the top portion. I took the scissors and cut. Okay. I took the scissors.